for page number 9, again, this is plugging in the answers. This is going to be A, B, C, or D. We got -4, -1, 3, and 4. 2a plus 1 over 5a minus 1 equals 1 over 3. So this is easy peasy. What's the value of a? One of these is the value of a. I'm going to go straight to the answer. You should start off with a in this case anyway. You plug it in. 2 times -4 plus 1 over 5 times -4 minus 1. And it should equal 1/3. That's when you'll know it's the answer. This is a no calculator section. So 2 times -4 is -8 plus 1, which equals -7. And then you're going to get here 5 times -4, which is -20, minus 1, which is going to be -21. Negative and a negative equal a positive. So if we were to reduce this, take out a 7 out of there, it's going to be a 1. Take out a 7 over here. 1/3 equals 1/3, so A will work. For number 4, it says y equals -x, and y squared minus 6 equals x. Okay, now they give you guys this right here where it says x could equal, and it's a set again, 2, and it could also equal 3. And over here, x is going to equal 2 and -3. X is going to equal -2 and 3, and x is going to equal -2 and -3. So you guys need to know the difference between a set and coordinates, okay? This one, it says that these, if x, y is a solution to the system of equations above, so there's x and y's here, that doesn't mean that this is an x and this is a y. They told us that these are sets, and we know that because of these little brackets right here. And what that means, a set, is that this is a possible value for x, and that's a possible value for x as well. Okay, so we're just gonna try it out. Okay, so if you start here at A, let's start with this number. Okay, if y equals right here, and I'm gonna plug in my 2, -x. Okay, that means that my y is now -2. So right over here, I'm going to use my -2 for the y, square it, minus 6, that's going to be 4 minus 6, and that's going to be -2, which is really my x. So did that work out? Is -2 the x? No, it was positive, so that one doesn't even, I don't even need to try out 3 because the first one didn't work. Okay, and if that didn't work, this one is not going to work. So I could cross out B. So I'm going to start here with -2. So again, this is my x. So y is going to equal negative times, because there's that negative there, and then I'm going to put this here, -2. So y is going to equal +2. So I'm going to take this +2 of y and square it. 2 squared minus 6. 4 minus 6 equals x, which is 4 minus 6 is -2. Was that my beginning value? Yes. So I'm going to put a check mark right there. But I got to check out this value right here, okay? So let's now plug that in for our x. Y equals negative and then 3. So y equals -3. I'm going to take that -3 and I'm going to square it right here because that equals my y. Minus 6 equals x. So that's 9. 3 times -3 is +9, minus 6 equals 3. My x equals 3. Does that equal that? Yes, it does. C is the correct answer. For number 8, I actually solved this algebraically, and if you do it algebraically like me, it'll be fine, okay, for your answer. For me, I just found that this was the easier method. Okay, so I want to get rid of this -3. And if I want to get rid of the -3, I need to multiply -3 to everything, every side, okay? And also remember, when you multiply by a negative, what are you going to do to the signs? Flip it. Anytime you multiply or you divide by a negative, you flip the sign. So I'm going to flip it first because that's usually what I always forget to do. So I'm going to multiply this by -3. I'm going to multiply this by -3. And I'm going to multiply this by -3. When I do this, the negative and the negative cancel out, and that's going to be 12. Okay, that's going to cancel out with the bottom one, so this is just going to be regular 2f plus 8. And then right over here, that and that's going to cancel out, but it's going to leave me a negative 4 right here. And then I see in the solution sets or in the answer choices, everything is with an f in the middle, so they isolated for f. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to isolate from my f. So how do I do that? I go negative 8, negative 8, negative 8. Cross that out, it's going to be 2f. And this is going to be 4, and this is going to be negative 12. After that, divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, and f is going to be negative 6 on this side and 2 on this side. So find the answer choices that have that. And it is reversed on each side, but remember, as long as the signs are facing the correct way, that f is less than 2, which f is less than 2, you got it. And so C is the correct answer. This is number 10. It says, in her physics class, Tori conducted a number of experiments to determine the correct equation to describe the trajectory of a ball that was thrown straight up from the height of 4 feet above the ground with initial velocity of 20 feet per second. Honestly, that is an example again of when the ETS is trying to write a sentence there to confuse you, because in the end, it tells you what that equation is. So if they could just be quiet and write this out, it would be less confusing. Okay, and it says that this is going to be the height, and it says that t right over here equals the time in seconds. Which of the following values for t? Okay, so we have A, B, C, D. All of these equal t, and we know that because it says t equals 0, t equals 1, t equals 2, t equals 3. Okay, so it says which one of the values for t will have the greatest height. So we want to find the greatest. Obviously, you see this and you know, like, whatever number you choose that's a little bit bigger might yield the answer. So let's just start on the top end since they want to find the greatest. Okay, so remember, this is t and we want to find the greatest height. So what is the height when you put 4 times 3 plus 20 times 3 minus 5 times 3 squared? Okay, and this is a no calculator section. So this is going to be 12 plus 60. So that's 72 minus 9 minus 5. 9 times 5 is 45. Okay, 75. 4 times 3. Sorry, I wrote this incorrectly. It's 4 plus. Okay, so 4 plus 60 is 64 minus 45 is going to equal 19. So that's when we plug in t. Okay, so let's plug in 2 now for this one. H is going to equal 4 plus 20 times 2 is 40 minus 2 squared is 4. 4 times 5 is minus 20. And so this is going to be 40 minus 20 is 20, plus 4 is 24. That's higher than 19, so I'm already going to cross D out because 24 is higher. We're trying to find the highest height possible when we plug in these numbers, okay? Let's do this one. This one should be easy because it's 1. So 4 plus 20 times 1, which is just 20, minus 5 times 1 squared, which is just that. So that's going to equal 19. So already this one is not, because this one is the highest. And then this one's going to be easy again. 4 plus 20 times 0 is 0. Minus 5 times, if you plug in 0, so this is going to equal 4. So that's out, and your answer is C.